Hello. There's this video going around on TikTok of this girl in a church. I think the church was like Hope of Glory Fellowship, some shit like that. And they basically got all the kids lined up at the front of the church and they're like, we're gonna go down the line, we're gonna say what we thankful for. We're not doing all of that extra shit, da 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 da. Not extra shit, but my words. We not doing all that extra shit, blah 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 blah. So there's this one particular girl that gets the mic and she's like, I'm grateful for my stepmom because and then she said, never mind, I can't say that. And she tried to pass the mic. And everybody was like, no, we're not doing that. We're not doing that. We're not doing that. And I'm confused. Like it took me probably having to watch this video like a good 15 times. I kid you not, to really get the gist and analyze everything that's fucking going on because for one, I'm already knowing the situation is kind of crazy because we're doing this rah rah in front of the whole church and it's live streaming, and now it's like this footage is out of your hands. So that right there, I'm knowing it's gonna be a whole thing. I just didn't know it was gonna be like a whole thing for real. But I knew it was gonna be a whole thing. I knew people was gonna have something to say about it. Um, so it leads to a whole speech, and this lady, she was like, a lot of people like to wait until after church to address the situation. We're gonna address it right here, right now. When I was younger, they didn't play with us. Like, they made sure we stayed on our P's and Q's when it came to church or whatever, and blah 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 blah. They used to whoop us in church. They used to da 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 da. And I'm like, right there. Like this is confirmation for something that I've always been saying. If you let somebody talk, if you sit there and listen to somebody and they just yapping, they will eventually tell on themselves. Or everything that you need to hear is just gonna spill out, you know? And basically that didn't do nothing but just show me there, like, yeah, you're reliving trauma. And I know you're not really as authentic as you want to be because you're projecting this onto other people. And the fact that you don't understand the situation or the severity of the situation, that speaks so fucking loudly to me. That speaks so fucking loudly. And that clearly shows you're not as authentic as you try to present yourself as. And so eventually I think they give. I don't remember the sequence of the video because I've been watching. It's just it was piece by piece I was watching. Anyways, but they give her the mic and they like do it again, and she's like, I'm grateful for my stepmom because she listens to me more than my mom does. And then everybody was like, oh no, and I'm like, bro, how are you going to be mad at her for saying what she feels? And my whole thing is you have to be aware of what children are saying for the simple fact that they don't be fucking lying. Like with most kids, you got at least one time to believe the first thing that they say before they switch it up because they are knowing that what they're saying is going to warrant a certain reaction out of you. And basically, that's what the fuck that was. Like, you could read her thought. I feel like I could hear everything that was going on in her head. Like, I low key felt like her for like, oh my god, I felt her. I swear I did. I felt her so bad, just wanting to, well, being told to be honest about something, but knowing if you're honest, like it's gonna create this big hoopla and unnecessary drama, and you're like, I don't know if they genuinely want me to say what the fuck is in my head, or if they want me to just shut the fuck up. Because my whole thing is, this is why a lot of people speak so badly about the churches now. This is why a lot of people have so much to say when it comes to religion in general, because it's just a lot of tormenting and a lot of trying to persuade you to be less and less authentic. How are you going to tell that girl that she's not thankful for her stepmother for actually listening to her? Like, just because she's a child does not mean that she don't have fucking feelings. Just because she's a child does not mean what she says is not what the fuck she feels. And even if there is still like a slight bit of love within her that she had for her mother. She can't feel that shit because bitch, I said you don't listen to me. Like I know firsthand what the fuck that feels like. Like, but I was listening to this live stream and they was talking about it, and they were talking about how it's just a lot of people trauma bonding. And then I kind of sat and really thought about it. And I'm like, trauma bonding never really, well, at least for me, trauma bonding never ends well for me. It never ends well for the simple fact that anytime there's some trauma that I need to overcome and I meet somebody during that phase, eventually I know for sure that they're going to get cut off down the line if they're not working out their issues just as much as I am. And I work through my shit quick as fuck. Like, I'm the type of person, all I have to do is understand. And once I understand, we good from there. Because I understand, everything just clicks so much easier. It's not like a slow process. As soon as I crack the code, it's over with. Like, it's done. I have nothing else to think about. I have nothing. I don't even want to operate like that no more. Like, it is literally like that. So that's why, literally at this point, I literally don't have any friends that are like trauma bonded with me because everybody has been cut off because everybody wants to continue to operate that way. Everybody wants to continue to live a certain life that's based through hurt and you know, so in my head I'm already thinking like how I don't really think that's a efficient situation to have a church full of people that are trauma bonded. Like I understand, or maybe it's just the world in general. I think it's just the world in general. A lot of people feel less alone when they have somebody to go through certain situations with. And I understand that, I do, but I feel like that holds people back a little bit more than it needs to because people get too comfortable. And that's where the issue, you know, is the comfort that you get through trauma bonds, you know. And I feel like if both parties are not working to overcome this specific trauma, if this is not something that you're working hand in hand with to create better, to build better, to be better, it's redundant. And it makes no sense. It's just a bunch of people validating things that should not be validated. That's what that is. And that's what was happening in that church situation. Just a bunch of people basically ganging up on that little girl because of the things that she felt. And this is what causes like psychosis. This is what causes all these different mental battles. You know, this is what allows people to not really want to express what they feel because they tried to she was expressing what she felt and they basically told her, girl, that's not what the fuck you feel and you need to shut the fuck up and say some real shit. Whole time that shit was real to her. Just because it doesn't mean anything to you does not mean it doesn't mean anything to the next person. And when people can't be um when people can't have a perspective like that, when people don't have the ability to look from different angles and be able to understand without trying to force some things on other people, that's where it's like it's so evident where their headset is. And that lets me know actually, because I feel like even with all of this going on, and if somebody says something or if a situation comes about for her to be able to sit and reflect, will she really get it? That's my whole thing. Will she really understand, or will she continue to be like, it's just them demons? They don't get it. This is how I was raised, you know? And this is why childhoods are so important. You have to be careful how you bring up a child because, like she said, children are impressionable. She literally said that. And that was like, oh my God, that was like something that went off in my head because just because children are impressionable does not mean you feed them any fucking thing. People don't understand variety anymore. People don't understand versatility, or if I hope that's how you say it. People don't understand the need to be different, the need to have different ways to express yourself, or the need to have different just lives. People don't understand the importance of that. Everybody wants to live the same life, and that's what the fuck is wrong with majority of this world right now today. That's what the fuck is the issue. And because there was nobody that was willing to stand up, there was nobody that was willing to intervene in that moment. It don't matter if it happened after the fact. In that moment, that shit is already out. That shit is already viral. People are already talking about that shit. Nobody intervened in that moment. And that just says a lot about that church in general. But I don't know. Then I got into the idea of the mother, because I understand, you know, some mothers may feel, I feel like the mother was hurt to hear that. And I get it. As a mother, you wouldn't want your child to say that somebody else is doing a higher job or a better job of being a mother than you are. You never want that. You never want that. And I'm not a mother, and I understand that wholeheartedly. You never want that shit. And that's why a lot of mothers today, they kind of just go, or they become belligerent because of that. They just go ballistic. Like, that shit just exhibit A. That shit just turn you up a whole nother notch. She needed to be validated by other people because her child did not validate her in that specific area. And sometimes you just have to understand, you just have to sit back and reflect. If you're not getting that validation that you need, what the fuck are you doing? What the fuck are you doing wrong? Where the fuck are you going wrong? That you don't feel validated. That's not something that you reach out externally for. That's something you go inside for. And that was the issue right there. But I understand a lot of people don't get that. So hey. But I think something that parents need to really understand, a lot of parents are not going to be compatible with their children, especially if you have not done certain internal work. If you low key hate yourself and you acting like you don't fucking hate yourself, you're not going to be compatible with your kids, because your kids are going to grow up and they're going to be a direct reflection of that. A direct fucking reflection of that. For real. It's okay to not be everything for your child. A lot of people want to be everything, but they don't have the capacity to be everything. They don't. They don't even have the ability to be everything, because they can't even be everything for themselves. So because of that, yes, you're going to lack as a parent, but people don't get that. People do not understand that. And I feel like that's just so, it just gets in the way of things when you try to overcompensate in different areas that don't really fucking matter. And I bet you that's the reality of that. It's just a whole bunch of women trying to feed each other's egos. Like, yeah, no, you do a lot for her. You do a lot for her, but she's telling you she just wants something so fucking simple. Bitch, listen. That's all I want. I just want you to listen. As a mother, just listen. Please just listen. That's all I want you to do. Just listen. That is something so simple. So fucking simple. Just shut the fuck up. You don't gotta do nothing. You don't gotta pay for nothing. You don't gotta move. Bitch, just listen. And because she wants her mother to listen, that causes this whole fucking outrage, this whole fucking uproar. They got all the ladies in the church trying to pray over her and shit like that. That whole video really made me so uncomfortable, because the whole touching on me, bitch. I feel like I probably would. I don't know what the hell I would have did, but I could just feel like the tension inside my body rising up during that moment. Then you go have a man come over here and try to assist y'all with this shit. Like, I will literally go ballistic, right? I literally would act so crazy in this fucking church. Y'all gonna really think it's a fucking demon in this bitch. Like, for real. Girl, that video, it it rubbed me the wrong way so fucking bad. It did. It did. But it was just a lot that I seen wrong within that. Because even the girl that went before her, they kept telling her, like, add more onto it. Like, what else are you grateful for? Sometimes children don't even have the capacity to really just go into depth about things, because they've never just had the ability, not the ability. They've never just had the chance to really be free when it comes to just speaking like that. If you live in a household where you have to watch what you say, if you live in a household where you have to constantly walk on eggshells, you're not just going to talk like that. You're not going to be able to just spill it out like that. Especially if you're aware of the fact that they're looking for a specific answer and you don't know what the fuck that answer is. So in your head, you're calculating, what the hell do I say? What the fuck are they like? They want to hear something, but what is it? I'm trying to figure out what it is they're trying to hear. That's what that first girl was going through. That second girl, she didn't give a fuck. She like, y'all don't want to hear what the fuck I gotta say. Because if I say what I gotta say, y'all gonna act crazy. They told her, no, say it. Say it. What is it? She said it and they acted crazy. Like that's girl. Like it's certain people you'll just see down the line, life just gonna play out how it needs to play out. That's just that. Life just gonna play out how it needs to play out. You don't get it now, but eventually you will. And this shit ain't gonna do nothing but make them scars cut a little bit deeper. Cause you already trying to mask certain feelings that you feel now. You're already trying to mask certain things and you're already not authentic. You already a fake ass bitch. Like that's gonna play out in the long run. Y'all don't understand that. That shit is gonna always play out in the long run. You do not win like that. Bitch, just be you. Bitch, just like for real, like just calm down. You don't gotta do all of that. You do not have to do all of that. And these are obviously people that felt powerless in the past of their lives. Like these are obviously people that didn't really have the chance to say much or didn't have the ability to be able to express certain emotions, and that's so evident because you're not allowing other people to do that. People that are growing up, people that are impressionable, as you say, you're not allowing them to do that. And then they just expect when you get to a certain age, you're just supposed to understand and know everything and just have it already. Bitch, you didn't mold me up for that. Like, girl, what the fuck? You literally did not mold me up for that. You molded me up to be a bitch. You molded me up to be timid and scared. You molded me up to shut the fuck up. You didn't prepare me for the world. You prepared me to learn how to be your bitch. That's what that is. I don't think they understand the severity of it. It's always somebody projecting all these things onto you so that you could react and act a certain way towards them. But when all of that shit plays out and it's time for me to go to the next level, it's time for me to do this and do that, I'm acting like this towards everybody now. Cause that's how I was taught. That's how the fuck I was taught. So I think this is how I'm supposed to treat everybody. Now I'm lame as fuck. Now I can't do shit in the world. Now I'm scared. Now I'm this. Now I'm that. Like, ain't going nowhere. No ambition. Girl, I don't think they understand. They really don't understand. And it's all like a projection thing. That's why I hate when people just project, and sometimes it's really irritating and gut wrenching that people just don't know. And it's like it don't matter how much you try to explain. That's why I'm saying even with this video being viral, people may say something or have something to say to this woman or those women, those people in that church, and they're probably still not gonna understand. In their head is probably still gonna be that's demons. Those are the demons. These are people covered in demons. They don't know what the fuck they talking about. This is how I was raised. You know? That's my take on that. I know who going to hell. That's all I'm gonna say. But yeah, girl, that shit don't be worth it. It don't. And I'm all for it. If you want to get the fuck out the church, bitch, run. I'm all for it. I'm all for it. Cause these be people with like I could go on and on and about. I could go on and on and on and on and on and on. I can keep going. These are people that are literally miserable. You will see as you get older. You might as well. I'm just saying now. Just do what the fuck you want to do. But as you get older, you'll see where their life is within the next couple of years of you becoming an adult and learning things for yourself and whatever the hell else. You'll see these bitches will not be well. You will see. You will see. You will see. You will see. You will fucking see. But hey, that's neither here nor there. Like I said, thank you for watching if you did. Love you. Bye.